Hello everyone, and welcome back to Serious Sam 4, Chapter 2, Death from Below. We have found another friend. We're about to move on. I haven't decided where to yet though. So apparently, from what I understand from YouTube comments and the internet, is that I am more or less singularly the person that's having a good experience with this game, and other people are having a lot of technical difficulties. Supposedly there was a patch that hopefully fixed a lot of those issues, but suddenly everything goes in just a really poor frame rate. I'm gonna blame the game. But I kinda hope stuff like that doesn't happen, because I haven't had any issues yet, so it would be a shame if suddenly everything went awry, but I suppose we'll see it when we see it. And maybe we won't. Maybe everything's gonna be okay. Either way, we found a whole bunch more friends.
I smell seafood. Octanians are coming.
It looks like Father Michael is doing a pretty good job of dealing with stuff, although he's decided that the remaining enemies are not worth shooting at, I suppose. Which is a little tedious. I was kinda hoping I could just sit behind corners and wait for the game to play itself, but unfortunately it was not to be. And sometimes you're just gonna have to live with the fact that that's the case, that you actually have to play the game yourself, but I just wasn't ready for it. I figured, like, finally having a teammate with a gun would perhaps be the changing moment, and he did kill a couple people, I suppose.
So, Father, you came all this way from Russia to find the Holy Grail?
Yes. Technically, like Catholicism, Holy Grail is heretical. But this is no time for dogma. Each must do all he can to save planet.
What a good guy. What a great person. Let's indeed just find the Holy Grail. It shouldn't be too difficult. It's probably just sitting around somewhere in a cave or some such. We'll find it. Until then, I will look in every corner, every nook and cranny, and find every invisible wall that could possibly look like it would be a secret area, but unfortunately is not. Although I can stand here, apparently. Well, I guess I'm standing on this ledge. Fair enough. I will not concern myself with it. I will move on. Hopefully not get destroyed by a random bomb from a spaceship and be on our merry way. Surprisingly low amount of enemies so far, but I mean, to be fair, I'm moving about as slow as a person can move, realistically speaking. So I suppose it's not the strangest thing in the world. These are some disgusting windows. Ugh.
An update on the Tunguska offensive.
Yeah.
As previously reported, the EDF...
No. Not even gonna let people listen. I'm just gonna move on. I preferred the music in the game over the current state of the EDF present in France at this moment in time. Stand united for Earth. That's Hellfire. That's the other guy from the intro that I'm not sure if he has a name. But they're probably gonna be our best friends. Let's find out the secret areas, though. Look at this. Bug. That's what I would write on the wall. I appreciate the sentiment. Non-stackable. Well, that's good to know. If ever we find a second box, we have to bring it all the way back there.
Is that a giant metal space snake?
Yep.
Oh, I see. Good. That's good.
I like his nonchalance when it comes to answering all of Kenny's questions in this game. 'Cause Sam's not bothered. He's just living his life. Back to hell with you. Indicating that Mental did come from hell. After all this time, it's been confirmed by Father. And I for one am willing to believe that man, for he shot a man previously. So he knows a thing or two about death. What's on here? Where are we actually? Because a lot of these monuments, statues and such don't seem to be as French as the radio would imply this to be. Then again, I can't see the Eiffel Tower either, so it's probably not France. I've seen a movie. The Eiffel Tower is visible from space, as long as you're above France. Does that belong in a museum or a battlefield? I will not. It really wants me to hold Q for the weapon wheel. I'm not sure why, but it kept popping up in the bottom left. It was bothering me. Did I look here? No memory of this place. Just really nice walls and doors. That's the whole playthrough, me looking at walls and doors. I hope people appreciate that for what it is. Because really, I can't really explain it any other way. Like, there's a whole house in there that I guess the worm came out of, maybe? How would you fit the whole worm in there? Like, I could probably understand if there was another hole somewhere in that building, but it seems that that was just sitting in there. Unusual. Strange little detail. Give me 30 shells and let me be on my way. One of these windows is gonna have like a target on it. I'm gonna shoot it. It's gonna be a secret. I'm gonna be really happy. It's gonna be cool. So this doesn't exactly look French. Like one could call it Italian.
Also shotgun. It is good.
But who knows for sure? It's hard to tell. No real way to know. Either way, let's move on. Suppose this direction is probably the way to go. Let's just stay away from everything. All these enemies are really fun to just not be close to. Oh, they're coming out of the windows. Oh, that's actually really cool. Should I use my other shotgun maybe? Yeah, that seems wise. Seems to deal with these enemies quite well. Due to the amount of enemies that are just getting destroyed in one single shot with it. Oh boy, I got surrounded entirely. Having a surprisingly difficult time with some of the enemies in this game so far. I'm not sure if I should be running back here or if it would be safer to just chill somewhere in there. But I mean, this works, provided that I don't run into a wall somewhere along the line. Because they seem to run really quickly the moment they are close to me. But not so much when they're actually far away. So I don't know. I guess whichever way works, but it's gonna take some getting used to make sure I don't die to every single mildly difficult encounter in this game. Boom, 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 boom. I would have liked if he died somewhere near the statue. Not sure why that thing just exploded, but I'll take it. I hear an enemy nearby. I guess it was that one, but I just couldn't see it. I was blind. Let me grab this ammo. 10 shells. I'm gonna make a quick save. Oh, there's another person. Took a while for him to realize that I was standing there, it seems, but fair enough. Yeah, so far, the game's sufficiently challenging, I would say. Just judging from the amount of times I've died so far. Can I listen to you? What does that say? Boom Master? Boom Master, perhaps? It's maybe easier to read like this. Hang on. Oh, okay. That was my magic trick. I hope you all enjoyed it. I like to do magic shows where I make things disappear. And the real trick is to just look at it with a pistol. Because just the iron sights are enough to make something disappear.
For a short editorial. Who is Lord Ackerman?
Who is Lord Ackerman?
But who is he really?
Oh, I'm already sick of this. Let's see. Can I get up here somewhere? Surely. I can make this jump. I require you to just stop talking. There is music in this game, but it's continuously getting interrupted by just the best radio. I can't get over here. That's nice. Does this do anything for me? Not immediately, but now I know that the air conditioning unit is from NPC Industrial, not Universal. So all in all, I've learned a little bit of lore about Italy, and I feel like that's important enough for me to have done it in the end. Like, there's definitely some platforming capabilities in this game, and it allows you to go to various places where one could wonder if there's actually anything hidden here, or if it's just a bunch of accidental jumping puzzles that are just not blocked off by anything. But it's hard to say when sometimes something's an invisible wall and other times it isn't, so I'm just gonna say that there is a secret over here, and through the power of jumping, you could possibly reach somewhere, somewhere maybe. Except when it's not solid. It's a strange place, not gonna lie. Either way, perhaps onwards we'll find something a little bit more worthwhile. Like over here, checking every bush right now, because you never know. I suppose I could just destroy them like that, because it does make things a little bit easier to see, but there's something up here. There you go. That's probably good. Oh, it actually is good. Wow. Look at that. See, as long as you just spend way too much time looking for stuff, you'll eventually find that one thing that makes the game marginally easier, which is, in this particular account, 40 armor.
You have found a Syrian artifact of might. I theorize that the cloud of nanoparticles contained within can grant powerful new skills. However, the human brain may not be... You inhaled it, didn't you?
Yep.
Of course you did.
That's fine. Alright, so healing punch, I feel like that's incredible. But having enemies drop items on occasion also actually seems really good. So I'm actually just checking what else is available in our set of options here. Because this leads to kind of good things. Increased reload speed could actually be pretty impressive, assuming that means what I think it means. But on this side, using objects as melee weapons and being able to swing or throw them, that just sounds really fun. And riding on enemies, like there's definitely some good options there. But I think I'll just start here and work my way around. Perhaps as time continues, we'll get the skill that is most entertaining, but being able to use objects for melee attacks, I feel like that has the most, like the biggest likelihood to be funny. And that's really the main important, like, factor for me when you come to take all the different factors available to me. What are these lying around? I got two of them now. According to the bottom right thingy. It's also Triska trying to get my attention and I'm ignoring it. Perhaps at some point I should press F and just scroll through everything as you could do with the other Serious Sam games. I wonder if you could turn off the blinking though. Because let's be real, I'm never going to read anything. I'm not like Serious Sam. I have not gained the skill to read, as I do not have the purple smoke available to me. That was a surprisingly difficult sentence to get through for some reason, but we got there. We got there in the end. Destroy the lamp. Alright. Let's move on. I don't think there's really anything waiting for us here. There's a helmet. Is this a radio? Not a radio. Oh damn it, they saw me. I was just messing around, scrolling through my weapons. It was probably a very interesting thing that he was saying as he's shooting a barrage of rockets in my direction. Can I destroy your shield somehow, or is it in... Well, that doesn't look very indestructible, does it? A little bit more scary than your average enemy, but nothing to really be concerned about. The word ambulance is mirrored. Unfortunate. Also, the license plate says Crow Team. Serious Sam 4.
Is that the call of the
2409.
Bear Gary, the Italian bullfrog? I thought they were extinct.
I am uncertain what 24... I'm not uncertain what 2409 stands for. That's the release date of this video game. I realize this now, as it was yesterday. I am a genius. Alright, figured out the puzzle of the license plate that's like almost certainly going to be on every car with a readable license plate. And with that information, we're ready to move on. I suppose... No, this one's actually different. This one also says Crow Team, but then there's FT, which stands for Football Terrain 567. Yeah. I know all the secrets. All the various riddles that have been presented to me so far have been easily solved. Because I have played the Talos Principle and I know how to solve a puzzle. Which is by trying, failing, and then cheesing it. That's the secret for every puzzle. I suppose I should probably try to melee an enemy at some point. I'm curious if I can melee the shield ones. I feel like that would be the most beneficial thing to melee. I mean, I guess there's these enemies that die. It heals for 2 health. Which, yeah, it could be worthwhile if I just do it enough, I suppose. And it does look like the enemies sort of stop moving every time I do a melee attack, which seems unusual. It's just a strange choice, really. Oh, I can stab these. Well, that's just very convenient. Kinda makes the whole shield thing sort of insignificant when you think about it. But, you know, that's their choice. If they decided that they are able to get a knife inside of them, you know, so be it. Best to use that challenge to your advantage. And move on. And as I move on from that train of thought, I will also move on in this direction. Perhaps find another secret awaiting for us. I don't know. It says to go there, but then there's a tree here, and you know what that means. There's a secret somewhere in a 10,000 kilometer radius. Based on the fact that there's a tree over there. Also, there's currently a pop-up in my bottom right side of the screen, so I'm happy to know whether or not that is going to be clickable as I'm playing, and probably just send me back to Windows. Oh.
They need our help.
Yeah, alright. The Italian residents. It really might be Italy. Is this a really high chance?
I will pray for you.
Thanks.
Since you have the shotgun, can you shoot and I'll pray?
As you wish.
That's fair. Wouldn't have minded if they joined me on this. Thanks, Massimo.
Hate the traffic. Well, my convoy got blown up. Still better than before the war.
This shotgun is really quite effective at shooting stuff, isn't it? I wonder if the pistol might be more better in this case. Just based on the fact that the range that I'm having to fight these enemies in. Let's just take the knife. The fact that it feels like the knife's not actually hitting anything, but at the same time everything's dying the moment they get hit by it.
Oh, the usual. Saving the planet.
You should talk to Massimo. This is also his hobby.
Oh boy, flying enemies. That's a problem. Oh boy, my health is low. Hang on. I'm just gonna eat some of this. And maybe have another one. Oh boy, my health is still kind of in the danger zone here. Perhaps if we can just take care of as many of these as possible. I'm getting hit by a lot of these, actually. Unsure how to dodge them effectively at this moment in time. But we'll get through it just fine, I suppose. It's a good thing I still had all that health available in my pocket, but otherwise I would have been dead. Based on the fact that I used 2 of those things. You're an enemy. It can be a little bit difficult to tell the difference between an enemy and a non-enemy outside of them having a hat, I guess. There we go. Massimo Morena. Paolo. That guy. Wonderful. Do you have anything for me?
Now that's what I call raising the roof.
Thank you, my friend. I think we have been fighting every day since the city was invaded. Massimo! Massimo! No!
He was just alive. How?
He He is dead.
Sorry. I saw him fight. He was a real badass.
But how can he be dead? He is Massimo Murena, the hero of the Italian resistance, the spirit of Roma. Is that really how his story ends? It does not seem right.
It does not seem right. He was just
We
alive.
never get to retire, do we? What's your name?
Paolo.
Nope. Your name is Massimo Murena.
It is?
Yep, that's you. Massimo Murena, hero of the Italian resistance. Got it?
But who died?
Some guy called Paolo. Just a brave, ordinary Roman. But Massimo Murena will take revenge, won't he?
It's what he would have wanted. Take this, my friend. A gift from Massimo Murena.
I appreciate this. Very good. All I ever wanted was some sort of automatic rifle. And here we are. We got the treasure I so desired. Unsure if this is where I came from, and also if there's anything on the other rooftops over here, because I feel like I could probably reach a couple of them if I just jump real good. Like that, you know? Like just that right there. That would just be lovely if I could just reach that. And surely, quick save, I can reach it from here. I didn't jump, okay. Okay, it just doesn't. Okay, let's... Seems really far though. Let's just try. Wow. Reasonably surprising, but altogether not too disappointing. Really have no idea where I am in terms of the level, but... Oh! Well, that's just nice. That was not the result I expected from jumping down there, but fair enough. I'll take it, I guess, but yeah. Strange place for a teleporter. But I guess you are just really not supposed to be on that side of the building, so I guess I'll just leave. Oh god, please. I do not require. That's difficult though.
Successful, my son.
You win some, you lose some. Can't tell which one this was.
Yeah. Little rough. How the NPC died the moment there was no enemy remaining that could feasibly shoot him. It was a very sad scene. Perhaps the enemy was just so swift that even I couldn't see him through all the carnage from shooting that one guy on the stairwell. You know how it is. It can get very overwhelming, this game, with all the flying enemies afoot. Life gets quite terrifying that way. Let's not go there immediately. There's gotta be something here, surely. This place is entirely filled with boxes and such. There we go. Got my 2 life things back. I do like that he holds it like that every single time I pick it up. That way you know he's excited by the idea. Just making sure that after his analysis, that is the item that we actually picked up. Not some sort of other thing that could possibly destroy us with relative ease. All in all, Sam is probably the smartest person in the universe.
I sense evil presence.
Is your priest sense tingling?
No, I just see pale corpses and floating objects.
That is a little suspicious, I suppose. But
Sir, it's an Oregon hemivore.
It's a fucking vampire, Kenny.
that was pretty funny. Alright, where's it? There he is. I'm not dealing a lot of damage to you. All in all, I'm a little bit disappointing at the amount of damage that you're... Oh god, he fell down. Never mind, not disappointed. Oh, there's another one. There's several. Yep, that's a lot. That's good. That's great. Oh boy. That's real spooky. Oh, you turn to flames when you die. That's cool. I like that a lot. That's a neat little effect that you got. I can surely say that I do not need this in my life. Out of the various enemy types we've seen so far, I could go without those specifically. That was the start and end of my automatic rifle. I do hope that perhaps one day we'll gain some more ammo for that bad boy, but perhaps... Thanks for telling me you're reloading, Father. Very good. I've got so many places here that look like it might contain treasure. But all it is a dead end. But one of these corners, look at that. Another step further to trying to find a secret in this godforsaken place. Sorry, Father. Somewhere in here, there must be something. I know there's a vampire corpse behind this particular thing, because I saw him fall down. Probably taking a nap. I felt like I didn't even deal enough damage to him to actually kill him, but fair enough. This actually looks reasonably doable. Yeah. Yeah, you are still alive! I had a hunch, and I was actually correct. Oh no. Yeah, that's good. That's just perfect. Look, I was certain that there was a vampire here. I was correct. Now I'm just in a bit of a... it's just, there's no way out of here, is there? I suppose there's just some cheat I can... I mean, alright, I'm gonna load a save, and I'll see you when I've killed that... done that old thing again. Alright, dope. I managed... yeah. This time we're doing it safely. Now with the extra knowledge that I cannot actually jump out of that tiny area there. Very good. I guess that's why he was telling me that he was reloading, because he sensed the evil that was still present in that area. But that's a little rough. Little sad about that one. But who knows? Surely that won't happen again if I do something here and then continue with my regular plan shenanigans, because there must be a secret in this strange place. Alright, this one they accounted for. They placed a little thing here that you can actually jump on top of and get out of. But I guess with the other one, it's a little bit less likely that you actually realize you can jump that. I suppose it's a bit more tricky. I wouldn't call it a whole lot trickier, but it's difficult. It's difficult is what it is. And that's life. That's just what you get when you make a level. Eventually some idiot like me is gonna come around and just jump on everything. I just love jumping in video games. It requires no effort from me except for trying to go around corners in ways that one shouldn't. And then having a little bit of a sad moment there. But that's okay. I'm not gonna let it ruin my day. I'm gonna look at these cardboard boxes, look at the little icons they have put on it. It's immune to rain. You can use it as an umbrella. That's what that sign means. Also, okay, I did actually use my machine gun for redoing that fight, so I do not have the availability to once again use my machine gun for future fights. Very consistent with the lore of the rest of this video so far. Very good. Very nice. Little lamp. A lot of things that I wouldn't have been surprised by if they broke upon shooting them. Yet, they are unbreakable. But again, that's video games. Sometimes things just don't break. Can you...
Sounds like we're about to have company.
Right? They're coming from upstairs, is that right? Yeah, they are. Just gonna chill here. Apparently they're all going downstairs. Classic video game moment there. Just watching all the enemies run past you. Alright.
Forgive me. I almost made Stairway to Heaven joke.
It would have been hilarious.
Forgiven, Father.
Very good. I am curious, actually, how effective the melee attack in this game is, because it seems insane with how little the enemies are actually doing to you as you are doing the melee attack. And I'm curious if that's just your token to invincibility there, if you just come across a load of creatures like that one. If that is a guaranteed way out, or if they will actually attack you quickly enough. I don't know. Perhaps one day we'll find out. Perhaps not today. But someday maybe. Also, for a level called Death from Below, I guess...
Oh, wow! What a lovely view!
I was about to make a
Planet
comment.
Earth, baby. There's no place like it.
Would have been an accurate comment. I realize we are coming from below, going up. We were not at the time looking down. You get it. Look. Sometimes it's just very difficult. Ordinarily, I sound extremely intelligent, and it's hard to keep up that facade. I lost 85 health to that. I'm just gonna load a quick save real quick. Alright, I made it back up again. We did it. Alright. But, as I was saying, being smart's difficult, and that's why I have no intention of ever seeming smart. I just seem like me. Also, curious if there's anything down there, because it seems very reachable. But at the same time, this game's quite cutscene heavy, and I'm curious if... I'm just going to walk into a cutscene in a second and make it a little bit more impossible to actually go down there. Although there is an item there. It seems unlikely that I can't jump down here, but at the same time, the added value, will it truly be there? Did they anticipate someone jumping down? Perhaps. There's a whole area here. Broken cars and such. Is this where I came from, though? The answer to that is almost certainly yes. And as a yeah, it is. Yeah, this is exactly where I came from a long time ago. It's a little bit hard to tell. This level is quite large. Alright, look, we made it back up here again. What a wonderful magic quick saving is. But I guess we'll just leave all of that alone. I don't like these enemies. They're jerks. Although, if they're all just sort of floating in front of me, they're not too bad. Their aim is questionable, but I guess I am a little bit far away. My aim's not any better. Perhaps I'll hit them one day. I'm actually just gonna let Father Grigori here do all the work and see if there's any cool stuff over here, because there's just a lot to look at. There's a whole Italian city here to be looking at, actually, and I really haven't been paying too much attention to the city itself, just more the potential of secrets lying around. And they are weak to headshots, so I should probably be going for that a little bit more. But at the same time, my aim's just not what it used to be, you know? It's been a while since I've actually had to aim a shot in my life. So eventually you just get a little bit worse. Look, there's a robot or something nearby. Like a biomechanoid or something like that, waiting for me, being cool. You get the idea. Give me that 2 health, yeah! Eventually that's gonna add up to a large portion of health, and it's gonna be incredible. Yeah, like that! That's what it sounded like. You tried your best, but your startup animation to start the fight is just a little bit long, I'm afraid. It eventually led to your downfall, and I'm very sorry about abusing that potential. Curious. Can I reach this floor? Maybe. Is there a purpose? Maybe not. I'm gonna go with enough not that I don't feel like bothering. Little painting here featuring a king. Probably. Bunch of folks.
Man does not live on bread alone. He also needs bullets and vodka.
Another wise quote from NPC. Always good. I miss Kenny. He hasn't really been speaking since we reached this place. Other than the maybe I can pray and you shoot joke that he made that one time. Also, that time he didn't hold the health. That's weird. Unusual inconsistency. But fair enough. Just a nice bedroom with a lot of art. Actually stitched. That actually looks quite nice. Neat. Alright. No secret behind the painting. After shooting it with my shotgun, I have to... Also, I guess there's just not that much room here for a secret. But still, there could have probably been something. Wasn't even the wall I shot that I looked at just now, but fair enough. Don't worry about it. Instead, I'll just move on. I mean, I know the game really wants me to click on this radio, but... It's just a staticky radio. Every radio in the world has been turned on and then left alone by someone. No one was like, let's shoot in silence. As they were massacred by mental forces. Which I suppose if you can listen to some sweet jams, I can sort of understand the need to keep that stuff turned on. But at the same time, when that is the extent of your radio play, just some static sounds, other than perhaps helping you out with falling asleep a little bit easier, I feel like it just wouldn't be much of an advantage to you. Did you just jump all the way down? No. It just seemed that way. Alright. Onwards we go. What awaits us? Beyond doom. Just really trying to look at everything, cause...
And now a message from Lord Agramon.
Uh-huh.
Today, I would like to urge you to consider the subject of hope. Hope is an intellect.
If one can stab the fly, one must. I just simply have no choice in the matter. But they did really go quite hard on the statues in this game, and I kind of appreciate that. Both in the possibility of being able to jump off of it and reach otherwise unattainable places, but also because they just look kind of nice, you know? Might as well decorate Italy to the full extent of your capabilities. Really, I'm just looking... This whole game is just like every now and then I fight something, but for the most part, just looking at stuff, really. Just looking at the various modeling jobs that have been done throughout this world.
That's right, you sons of bitches! I'll fuck mental! I'll fuck your whole army! Come at me, you alien pendejos! You want Mexican? I got Mexican! You want American? I got American! Y'all want a bite of me? Come get your chile con carne!
That's his name.
What he said.
Cool.
Sam, nice to see you in one piece.
Yeah.
Never been so glad to see your ugly face, cabron.
Hey, where's the rookie?
I really wish I had a gun!
Catch!
Oh, I lost my shoe.
I like his space socks. They're nice.
Nice shot.
Crap one-liner, though. I wasn't trying to do a one-liner. I lost my shoe? Dude, that doesn't even make sense.
Should have said surprise. Just as you turned around. That would have been sweet.
I was just trying to survive. I wasn't...
This is AAA, boy. You gotta survive with style.
It's true.
A good one-liner would have been...
Could we do this later? This looks like a combat situation.
I don't know what he's talking about. There's clearly no real combat going on here. But I saw something weird, I think. Yeah, I'm seeing a red guy shooting at me from somewhere. There he is. Can y'all chill? This is a lot of projectiles being thrown at me right now. I, for one, don't fully appreciate it. I don't feel like I should be using the double-barreled shotgun for this situation, but... just a lot of stuff going on here. But I feel like my friends can probably deal with it just fine. I'm somewhat surprised that we haven't run into any kamikazes yet, other than, I guess, the various things that are running at me in the way they are, but I don't know, it seems time, you know? Halfway through the second, well, probably pretty far through the second level at this point. There it is! I told you it seemed time. I was right. The game even agreed with me. Pretty much the most iconic enemy from the series. Eventually they would have to show up. They don't care about me. They are very blatantly just shooting through me. And I can respect that. I mean, if friendly fire is turned off, why not, you know? The teleport animation is quite intense in this game. So there's little parachutes coming down with stuff, presumably. Oh boy, this is bad. Oh boy, that's also bad. Yep. That's a lot of health gone. Let's maybe see if any of these are health drops.
That's the last of them, sir.
Yeah, it's not. There's no way this is the last one.
So, Kenny, you should have gone for an odd joke. Always good with Gnar. I see you.
I bet you didn't see that coming.
But
I'm curious where those other parachutes were now that I've run headfirst into a rocket. Wouldn't mind the extra health. But perhaps health is not what I should be looking for, as I've got enough of it in my pocket. But this is quite a reasonably large amount of projectiles that's getting shot at me the whole time of my existence, which is really making life a little bit awkward here. Specifically the scrapjacks, but it seems that my friends have fully taken care of any scrapjacks that existed. So that's cool. Yeah, there you go. Give me this. Whoop.
I think they're all dead.
No, they're not. It's still dropping parachutes with things. Of course they're not all dead.
hey, Kenny, I got a good one for you. Ragnarok.
That does not work.
It does not work. I'm kind of starting to like I lost my shoe right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's a solid line. It gets the point across. Hey, Harpy. No, that's a vampire again. You think there's gonna be harpies in this game with the vampires existing? I suppose they're quite a different enemy type in the grand scheme of things, but I don't know. They feel similar to me, but maybe it's just because they have wings. Although I guess he just has a cape. It's not even really wings, is it? So, how big are the odds that none of my allies can die? Like, there's no way that any of them will face death at some point. It's nice that the enemies are shooting at them every now and then, but at the same time, you truly learn to fight something when your muscle memory is telling you, oh, they'll probably shoot the enemy. Or you try to dodge somewhere and they're actually shooting the enemy that's behind you, and as such are accidentally really good at aiming at you. Curious if this is going to be a problem or not.
Wow, I'm still alive.
Okay, seeing as that was the one time...
Hey, Kenny, you come up with a good one-liner yet? Or are you still waiting for the other shoe to drop?
Oh,
Rodriguez,
damn.
cut him some slack. He's new. He'll learn.
But yeah, I figured since no one said that must be the last of them, it might have actually been. But no. Then the bulls. Then the bulls. Also, bulls die, like, very quickly, I feel, in this game. Or maybe the shotgun in this game is just insane. If you actually get a good shot off, that's not great. That's so much damage. Alright, let's try that again. I guess it was basically 2 double-barreled shotgun shots, but I feel like sometimes they die in one. But maybe I'm just feeling that wrong, because I don't think it's happened since I thought about that, so I don't know. But I don't fully appreciate these bulls dealing as much damage as they do. They're very strong. 60 damage in one hit, like that's crazy. I mean, it is a bull, I suppose, but woof. That's just a lot of damage. It's way more than I'm used to dealing with after one attack in such types of games. Combined with the fact that I feel like the directional sound in this game is a bit worse.
Good work, guys. What the hell?
Okay, time to break out the big guns. What, the minigun? But that's Hellfire's. You know what she's like about people taking her stuff.
Nah, she won't mind if I take it.
That sounds real. And this seems fairly effective. We start off with 1,000 bullets for the thing. That's a lot of rockets. Do you think I need to shoot any of these? He's so far away. That's more ammo for the weapon. Perhaps if I could fire the ammo at the actual enemy. There we go. Perhaps it's good to try and aim for the head. Uncertain if I'm even dealing damage to the other parts. It's kind of hard to look at the health bar at the same time as I'm shooting them. But I think this is working out just fine. The parachute is making it hard to see. But I suppose one could need the ammo after a while. A lot of rockets from this worm. Do you think this is going to be a regular enemy? I feel like it needs quite a large area to really be most effective. Or at least reasonable.
That, my friends, is an X-snake.
Technically speaking, it's an ex-basilisk. Shut up, Rodriguez!
Hey boys, did you miss me?
You're right on time. Hey, Carter, what's new?
Did you know this exact same model of bus was used in the assassination attempt on the Italian Prime Minister's personal ufologist in 2052? Now, most people say it was the Illuminati, but I'm pretty sure it was the CIA. Your tax money at work.
Why did I even ask?
Ladies and gentlemen, the express bus to anywhere but here is now departing.
But I wanted to look for
Want me to
secrets.
drive?
I don't trust your driving, Stone. Remember what happened in Oslo?
Hey, that nun came out of nowhere.
You know what's funny? Today's my birthday.
Damn, I didn't get you a present.
Alright, so that was a little rough. Little rough around the edges. Got stuck once. Died a few times. All a little weird. Just a little bit strange. But fair enough. I'm just gonna call it a break time there. Cause we finished another chapter and it brought us to chapter 3. 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. So yeah. I don't know. Weird. Just very strange all around. Definitely preferred the first chapter so far, but whatever. Perhaps chapter 3 is gonna give us exactly what I'm looking for, but we'll see that next time. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next time for chapter 3. 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Bye-bye.